Good late morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I'm not even going to bother fixing my hair. Who cares? I'm using my tablet for this one. I'm not sure I like it, but I had it handy. I went to bed with it last night. I watched a really I'm sorry, there's something all over. I watched a really interesting interview last night. It was Richard Hall interviewing a reporter, not a reporter, but an investigative sort. And it was all about the money connections to Donald Trump and stuff, and the whole election thing and blah, blah, blah. But a long time ago, the Real News Network here out of Baltimore that I admire a great deal. Boy, this thing's heavy to hold. They did an expose on the money behind Donald Trump. And it turned out there was this guy named, I don't want to call him a gentleman, named Robert Mercer. I need like a crane to hold this damn thing up. Robert Mercer, he's a, multi-billionaire or something. And how he was instrumental in funding Breitbart, actually. And then how they all, threw in behind Donald Trump eventually. It's a very detailed and deep thing, because if you remember, Donald Trump was having a bit of trouble, and then suddenly he got the people that were behind Ted Cruz suddenly landed behind him. And for example, I remember Kellyanne Conway. I saw, whatever happened to her, by the way, I saw an interview of her, a clip of her on CNN that I watched online, and it was showing how she had no respect for Donald Trump back in the day when they were Ted Cruz backers. She had nothing good to say about him, called him a liar and everything, and then all of a sudden they're 1,000,000% or 1,000,000,000 behind Donald Trump. It was odd, but this particular video was very good. I suppose you could, maybe I'll try to put a link in here later on in the comment section. But this gentleman really dug in deeply to a lot of aspects of it in terms of the various companies linked to Robert Mercer and others that are they're sort of propaganda. They put out propaganda and things like this on social media. And I guess, Russia has been accused of doing this, but of course, in reality, it was somebody connected to the Trump deal, the Mercers or whatever, that did this propaganda and different ways they can use Facebook to influence this, that, and the other. And then the gentleman also went over this. Of course, I already knew about this, but many people forget that in his research, it was also established, again, man, I wonder if I can pause here. Let me see. Looks like I was able to. I was thirsty. I have a birdie cup from back in the day. Okay. Anyhow, how, the DNC colluded with the media in order to, really make her look favorable during the primaries, but that wasn't the only thing. There was also how they colluded with them to elevate Donald Trump. Remember that tidbit? Some of you, I think a lot of you do. Other ones will, clutch pearls and give me a thumbs down, but look into it, would you? I notice Clinton gets me thumbs down. Any mention of our dear sweet Hillary, and any kind of negative light will have people rushing to the thumbs down column. Anyhow, they colluded to elevate Donald Trump so that he would look, since he was a fringe character, so to speak, it would make Hillary look better. So there was a time when Trump wasn't doing super well, and this whole thing about how he financed his own, all that stuff was lies. But anyhow, there was a time that he didn't look so good, and then all of a sudden he was sort of front and center on the news. It was all part of the plan, ladies and gentlemen. And the gentleman really unpacks that story quite a bit. I thought it was a fascinating interview. Richard Hall did. It was recent, like a week ago. I think if you just go to Rich Planet TV and look for a recent interview, it's a 3-parter. And I think it's, I don't remember the title, but it's in the description about propaganda being used and things. And yeah, so that was super duper good and really enlightening because I've never heard such a detailed, I guess a comprehensive investigation into that whole thing. And some of the people that are behind the financing are, I don't know what he called them exactly, but they're basically people that want an all-white society or something. Really odd, like that would ever happen. You know, it's just so strange. A lot of people are intermarried, and I mean, I don't understand where these people are, but they are, you know, quadrillionaires, and they run a little bit strange anyway. Sociopathic would be my choice of words for most of that set. And also how, you know, you hear a lot about Hillary Clinton's ties to George Soros and things like that. But conveniently, we don't hear about Trump's ties to him. And I guess Soros was even involved in some of the funding and whatnot. And also, we also hear a lot about the Clintons' ties to that Jeffrey Epstein creature, the convicted pedophile. And conveniently, a lot of people leave out Donald Trump's connection with him. And I believe he was even supposed to testify in the Epstein case. I don't know how he wiggled his way out of it. But this gentleman also went on to, you know, just say how the whole Trump persona, I don't know what I'm trying to say, the whole image of Donald Trump was just completely ridiculous. He was never a good businessman. How he never paid his independent contractors. How he's sue happy. He wants to sue everybody at the drop of a hat. All kinds of things that some of the diehard supporters I don't think really will admit. You know, a lot of the same, you know, of course there's shenanigans with Hillary and Trump, but they seem to only maybe focus on the Hillary shenanigans whenever Trump was involved with the same people, is what the point I'm trying to make. And you know how they do the genealogy of various presidents and leaders and things, and usually they're somehow related. I mean, 19th cousins. I'm probably 19th cousins with Sandy, my friend Sandy on here, or something. But evidently Trump is 19th cousins with Hillary Clinton. I know Obama's related to everybody's related, it seems, but I mean, so distantly, it's almost, who wouldn't be 19th cousins, it seems to me. Whatever. Anyhow, that might have been a minor part of the show, but it was a real good overview of the situation and how, you know, Trump was never the man that he was claimed to be, I suppose, is how you would say it. And of course, a lot of us knew that because we looked into Donald Trump. We looked into his business affiliations and things like that. I mean, he's not considered in the world of business to be a good businessman. It's just crazy how people can be molded to look a certain way, I guess. Especially when you have money behind you, a ton of money. A ridiculous amount of money. So, yes, that was what I did last night on my way to Never Never Land. And then this morning, I started watching a 3-hour interview of Andrew Johnson. I really like Andrew Johnson. In fact, I emailed him and he wrote back to me and sent me some links and things. He's a super nice person. He's an independent investigator, a writer, and really gets into the 9/11. And he's teamed up, I guess you'd say, with Dr. Judy Wood, which is good. And it was just sort of about his career, how, you know, about his life. This was an interview about his life, and I thought it was really well done. It was 3 hours, and I finished that up this morning. So I'll try to link both of those things here in this area. The one is a 3-parter, so if you're interested, you'd have to click on the other parts. I guess I'm done. That's all. Nothing too crazy. I'll give you an update on the gas situation here. Perpetual and I had to take the dryer out of our area last night. And Perpetual fell and the dryer fell on him. He laughed, actually, so that's good. But the man's out of control. He's like manhandling this dryer. Perpet is not a large person. He's, claims he's 5'4", ladies and gentlemen. He's not. He's probably 5'3". I'm around 5'4". I'm 5'3 3/4", and he's definitely not. So he's, you know, manhandling this thing. He's very strong, though. And he tripped kind of and it landed on him, and then I pulled it off of him dramatically. Okay, so we moved that because they're going to redo this whole piping and bring it in a different way and all that jazz. But Perpetch brought up something I'm not sure we really thought about, is the stove. It's under the house. I'm sure it gets hooked up under the house. I'm not positive, though, how that goes. At any rate, they're coming tomorrow morning, ladies and gentlemen. So meanwhile, we discovered that the dryer thing, the hose or whatever that takes the hot air outside, it came disconnected God knows in what year. And all of this lint, dryer stuff, has blown underneath the child's old room. Because whenever the child's room was built, it was just, there was the garage and a storeroom, and my ex-husband cut into the portion of a little bit of the garage and most of the storeroom and elevated, so it all, you can walk through to it. So that's all kind of new stuff. And I thought that a rocking chair from my youth, I thought that my ex-husband got rid of it. Here we found it. It's underneath there, ladies and gentlemen. But the bottom line is, Perpetual has to bring home some shop vac type thing and really get that lint out of there. I mean, my God, it's like, I can't even imagine for how many years that this dryer has been blowing the lint and stuff that doesn't get trapped in the lint deal under. Oh my God, it's crazy. I'm sure the mice have absolute colonies under there in cities and subways and all that. All right, Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Join me, join others, drop your political identity. Let's focus on issues, leave labels at the door, and investigate or research before you judge. And I will come back and give you a couple of those links. This Andrew Johnson is just really good, in my opinion. Okay, bye-bye.